The big dog. It's the big dog with the update for you people there. Some exciting shit there. It's been boring as fuck today there. Adam's been giving us streams with fucking 15 IQ fucking idiots. Can't even string a sentence together there. Giving us the 8-man circle jerk reminiscent of the Skeptics, where we talk about shit no one cares about for fucking 4 or 5 hours, where people interject with low energy takes there. Welcome to the real show with the big dog P. In all reality, we're being a bit hard on them there, but, you know, when we've got 8 guys in a fucking call, it's never gonna work. No matter how good they are, fuck. You gotta have one singular vision or voice, 2 to 3 at the most. That's all we're gonna say about that there. And I had to come in and big dog them. You know, the stream that I'm not invited to, well, you know, I'm in the group. So I'm going to join and let people know I'm going live. Anyway, folks, for those of you who are fucking here for this show, we're going to go an hour and 15 minutes. The real reason the show is being done at this time is I woke up about an hour and a half ago. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? I had a long night gambling on esports up till 5 in the morning there. And I woke up at 5. I went, fuck the football games at 8. I got a big bet on the Saints to cover the spread. And I had no choice. I had to go live in this slot. They've already been live for what feels like fucking an eternity over there. Anyway, discussing shit that honestly, I just don't think anyone cares about. I don't think it's going to make a fucking difference. It is what it is. No offense to Perspicacious City or Squire of Gothos, but the reality of it is I don't really think anyone fucking cares. The people who are here probably don't really give a shit. But I wanted to talk about something that's very important. If we remember, before all sorts of crazy shit happened last month, we were in the midst of the International Grifting Championship. And this was the bracket for the 2020 International Grifter League Championship. So what was shocking was that Nick Rekieta defeated Owen Benjamin. Okay, this was shocking as fuck to me. Then he goes through Anita Sarkeesian. Then he goes through Dick fucking Masterson. What a fucking gauntlet that Rekieta went through. Ethan Ralph goes through Dame Pesos. Easy match, squash match. Then he beats Medicare. And Medicare's a big league fucking grifter. He ends up fucking crushing Fuentes. And the finale came down to Nick Rekieta versus Ethan Ralph for Grifter of the Year 2020. Now, quite honestly, I thought Ethan Ralph had this in the bag. Especially with my audience is largely Ralph A-logs and people who fucking hate Ralph. I expected that Ralph would win in the finals. I thought he was the prohibitive favorite. But when you look at who Rekieta went through to get to the finals, first of all, Owen Benjamin has started a cult compound in Idaho that he crowdfunded and made like $250,000. He's raking in thousands in super chats. People worship him as a god. He's saying that with 1,000 good men, he's going to take over the entire state of Delaware. Somehow Rekieta was a bigger grifter than that. You go, how is this even possible? I was shocked. It was like 51-49. Then Rekieta goes through Anita Sarkeesian. The upset of a fucking lifetime. just putting aside the entire, like, feminist frequencies, tropes against women, Kickstarter, or whatever it was, that made hundreds of thousands of dollars, putting aside that, right? Putting aside all that crazy shit. You've then got, she was paid $30,000 for a Discord server there? Holy shit. It's just shocking. People fucking hated Anita. I don't think, if you weren't there at the time when people were going after Anita, she was a big fucking deal. He beat Anita Sarkeesian. And then he faced the godfather of the new Project 2 mafia, the king of money laundering, coercion, and scams with the Chinese triad, Dick fucking Masterson. He beat him too. And so now it's the moment of truth. The moment of fucking truth there, ladies and gentlemen. Who won between Ethan Ralph and Nick Rekieta? Biggest grifter 2020. You can see there Rekieta's is blurred out, but by a final score of 50.8 to 49.2. As razor thin as it gets with 719 total votes, Nick Rekieta is the grifting champion of 2020. Shocking upset. He went all the fucking way. The slimy motherfucker with the Rekieta thing, milking the weebs, the fucking anime idiots and all them, out of all their fucking money, $20 super chat minimums, fucking merch stores, and he was campaigning aggressively for Grifter of the Year. He wants it. And so, you know, we have to give him some fucking props here. He did it. He did it, ladies and gentlemen. He won. Rekieta's the champion, my friends. And he's the biggest grifter till the end. Nicky Rekieta, you are the grifting champion. Of the world. So that's that. I wanted to get that taken care of off the top because it's something that we were in the midst of. We got distracted from it. Crazy shit with Ralph. Crazy shit with Dick. Crazy fucking stuff happening all over the place. And so I wanted to give us this bit of closure. However, I have been invited onto the Rekieta Live show this Wednesday. At midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central, I will be on Rekieta Law to present the Grifting Championship of 2020 to Mr. Nicholas Rekieta Esquire, the slimy lawyer. I'm calling him Slippy Nicky, Slippin' Nicky. You know, his dream is to be fucking Jimmy McGill from fucking Better Call Saul. He wants to be Saul Goodman. Slippin' Nicky wants to talk to me about lolicon, pedophilia, the cuties situation, and he, of his own accord, has decided that he wants to bring in the new Project 2 stuff. He thinks I was wrong about it. I don't really know how he can say that. I mean, the site is down for money laundering. The site is down for money laundering. The proof is in the pudding. I've been proven right about this. Everybody who was against new Project 2 was proven correct. I don't know why he wants to bring it there. I'm perfectly content to have a philosophical and legal debate with him about whether or not we should allow pedophiles to molest children or jerk off to children. I am perfectly fine to say that we should not allow pedophiles to exist and that lolicon is pedophilia. He wants to bring in new Project 2 stuff. If he wants to do that and bring up the scam, I will be bringing in the reality of that situation, the Ethan Ralph situation. Really depends how he wants to do this. I've told him, look, you know, I'll be advertiser friendly. I'm not going to drop faggot or nigger or whatever the fuck, on his program. I told him this. I will not. I will try to be a gentleman and explain and articulate in an intellectual fashion in the halls of debate exactly why I think pedophiles are scum and they should get the fucking bullet. So that's exciting. Wednesday at midnight. I'll just show you guys that it is happening because a lot of people don't believe it. Any decision on a day yet? Wednesday, 11 Central. Blessed, my guy. No Zoom this time, though. Do you mind if I announce that? Not at all. So, it's been announced. That's Ricada Live this Wednesday, 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern Standard Time. Now, I also want to announce that Cameron Clark is going to have a show this week with me. I want it to be tomorrow. I want to get everything about Dick Masterson and his connections to pedophilia and sucking dick and fucking taking dildos and all this shit on the record for people so that they understand exactly the sort of person we're dealing with before I go on Ricada Live. So there will be a show with Cameron Clark. For those of you who do not know who Cameron Clark is the most prolific A-log of Dax Herrera or Dick Masterson that there is. He is winning right now, crushing it, doing a fantastic job turning Dick's own community against him. He is perhaps the single most knowledgeable person about Dax Herrera that there is. I won't be going on Cam's show. I'll have him come here because Cam's audience already knows about him. But I think that a lot of my guys might not know who he is, and I think it would be good for him to get an opportunity to give that exposure out to my audience and let everybody know what a scumbag piece of shit Dax Herrera is. So hopefully we can get that arranged for sometime tomorrow. If not, hopefully Wednesday. If not, then by the end of the week for sure. I was trying to get him on a couple weeks ago. Shit kind of just didn't work out on my end. I ended up going on a vacation up to the trailer and shit like this and playing Nintendo Switch, so that didn't end up happening. Speaking of which, the Ronnie Ralph video game review. It is coming. I have shot all the gameplay footage. I have shot the footage at the trailer. Now, this was the footage that we were missing in order to make the review happen, was the footage at the trailer. So the footage at the trailer has been shot, and I just have to edit it together, do the voiceovers, which is going to be a pain in the ass, and then we can put out the review. That review will probably get this channel taken down. We've got some funny footage, but it's more of a filler episode because I have like a whole season-long arc kind of planned. I've written a whole season. I've had to make some changes to the season because some things have happened with the demon baby, as Godwinson would like to say, coming into play. And so we've written that into the season-long storyline of the Ronnie Ralph video game show. So for people who are excited about that, and like the first one, get ready. The second one will be coming probably by the beginning of October. I'd like to get it done by the end of the month. We'll see what happens because it is kind of a pain in the ass to go through and edit it. We'll see. Now, so far as this whole situation with the child goes, I knew it was going here from... Well, actually, fuck it. Before we get into the child, before we get into the baby that's now confirmed that we have evidence is going to exist, I got to talk about Phantom Organization. I just have to say the facts of this situation. So, Phantom hosts Godwinson and the Vickers interview, which I want no part of. I didn't want any part of it. I think bringing the Vickers family into this was fucked up in the first place. I'm not going to lie. I think that the Vickers getting involved at all, even though it's entertaining, even though it's funny for me, it's like a family tragedy. And all the shit that just happened in the last couple months as this child is born and grows up will come back to haunt the family. It will come back to haunt the family. The association with Kiwi Farms and all this, it's going to come back to haunt the family. It is. For the rest of their lives, they're going to be having to deal with internet drama and crazy fucking bullshit. I just didn't think it was a smart thing to do in the first place. let alone to put super chats on it. Godwinson can sit there all day long and tell you he didn't know, but he was told repeatedly and asked repeatedly throughout the day, is Phantom going to have super chats on this show? Now, he can say he was busy putting the show together, this, that, and the other fucking thing. But at the end of the day, he should have just pulled Phantom aside and told him, hey, don't monetize this, because it's going to look bad. And it did look bad, okay? Looked really fucking bad. Looked very fucking lame. Just saying, Godwinson, it's a bad look, bud, when your whole thing is against not grifting for money. You're going to enable this guy to grift money off of a family tragedy. You can sit there and say, I'm the piece of shit for thinking that, but a lot of other people are thinking that too. I'm not the only person who thinks that way. Okay? Then the worst fucking thing happens. Okay? Well, this isn't the worst thing. I call Phantom out like the next day. Godwinson calls out Phantom the next day because he doesn't have a choice. He can't avow it. He can't endorse it or it all falls apart. We're having to sit there as Gator chirps Godwinson for this shit because he didn't do the proper due diligence to shut down this grifting. You know, didn't do the due diligence to shut it down. So we're having to sit there coping to Gator. Now, because it was Gator, of course, the attacks failed. But still, Phantom shuts down his account. Like, basically, he stops stream sniping because he says he's tired. He can't do it anymore. The reality is, Phantom stopped because he was called out on being a grifter and didn't want to endanger his relationship with my audience or Godwinson's audience. It's Popeyes there, Forza. Popeyes. Ben Carson style. But didn't want to endanger his relationship with our audiences that he grifts off of, by the way. Just saying, just throwing it out there. And so he goes away, and now he's come back a few days ago to let us all know that the money he grifted off the mother's fucking tears, he is now spending on dragon dildos. Let that sit the fuck in. Sink in, gentlemen. He has spent the money from the mother's tears on dragon dildos, and he is bragging about this. He is bragging about this there. What a fucking idiot. I don't understand why he's doing this. Because we're associated with this fucking idiot, now I look like a piece of shit. Godwinson looks like an even bigger piece of shit. And I just want to let people know that I don't support buying dragon merchandise and dragon dildos with money you made off a family's tragedy. And it's all well and good, I guess, you know. It's about ethics and A-logging, whatever. Well, whatever the fuck. I just want to say it's fucking wrong. I want to condemn this fucking shit. I want to say that it's fucked up. And people can sit there and they can say, oh my God, PPP, it's sour grapes, he wasn't invited. I have said from the beginning I didn't want anything to do with the Vickers family, that it was gross, and it continues to be gross. And as we sit there and we shit on fucking Faith and bring up her past and fuck up her life even more and Ralph's life and the future child's life and the family's lives, and we laugh and we fuck, you know, people just forget to realize the human tragedy of this, that this is actually real life. These people are real. These people do exist. And their lives are fucked up, like just total white trash soap opera from hell. Total white trash soap opera from hell. And we're going to profit off that, I guess. We're going to sell t-shirts. We're going to sell mugs. We're going to collect super chats. Because that's what this is supposedly about. You know, to people like Phantom, and I guess Godwinson's cool with it. I mean, he's spent the last couple weeks damage controlling it now. But it's just, to me, when he comes out and he doesn't learn his lesson, if he had said, look, I'm sorry, fuck, I'm going to donate the money to this or that, or there's nothing I can do, I'm quitting the internet, fine. He comes back and he defends it and he's proud of it and he says, oh, fuck, I need to buy the dragon dildos. You know, I'm buying dragon dildos with the mother's money. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Sorry to say. Sit there and attack me all you want, say I'm a piece of shit, this and that and the other thing. But straight the fuck up, it's weird, and it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's fucked. It's fucked. Phantom's fans can come to me, try and clarify this. I called Phantom before I even did this show today. Tried to call him, couldn't get a hold of him. He lives in fucking Norway. Not surprised. If Phantom wants to call me and try and explain himself, explain that he wasn't buying dragon dildos and all this shit, fine. I'll try and hear him out. But honestly, he's pretty fucking much dead to me. And I think it was a bad move in general. And I don't know why why it had to be done on his program when he grifts. He does super chats. He does all this fucking shit. Didn't make sense to me, but it's like, well, I'm desperate. We couldn't do it on PPP's show because he doesn't want it. We couldn't do it on Brian Dunn or Kraut. I mean, come on. There were other options. Now, Ethan Ralph, this fucking baby, man. This baby is fucked. This baby has no fucking chance in this world. I mean, think about his nature, his genetics. Ethan Ralph's genetics, just total white trash, like trailer park boys, fucking alcoholic, addictive personality, total scumbag genetics, like awful on one side. And then on the other side of his nature, on the other side of his genetics, we have like this 18-year-old girl who's also has an addictive personality, is a compulsive liar. Oh man, he just is mentally fucked up, has like bipolar disorder, has like anxiety disorders, has all sorts of fucked up mental disorders, borderline personality disorder, depression, fuck. You name it, she's fucking got it there. During this pregnancy as well, the mother and the father are drinking, they're doing drugs, they're getting fucked up every day. I mean, the child may very well develop like fetal alcohol syndrome. The child may very well like be addicted to like drugs out of the womb, certain drugs. You see this with like morphine and heroin. Babies get born addicted to it. I don't know if something similar is possible with Xanax or whatever fucking cocktail of drugs that they've got faith on. Fuck. Then you just got to think about what the nurture is going to be of this child, because its nature, its genetics are fucked. Think about the nurture of this child. It's going to be born in the crack shack, surrounded by filth, foul smells, cigarette smoke, weed smoke, white trash household, going to be raised to never work a day in its life. Its family situation, it's probably going to be a broken home. Its parents are probably going to get divorced. It doesn't have a chance. This isn't right, and it's not fair. What Ethan Ralph is doing is really fucked up. And we sit here and we laugh and we make fun of it and we do whatever. But at the end of the day, it's really actually fucked up. This child, honest to God, hasn't done anything. It's an innocent baby. It's an innocent fucking soul. I don't want it aborted. I don't want it killed. But its life is going to be a fucking nightmare, yeah? I don't see any hope, man. I don't see any hope for this fucking child. Ralph thinks that because he's decided to bring another soul into this fucking world that'll be fucked up and just thrown into the garbage pile of society, that I'm going to stop attacking him or his fucking disgusting sociopathic whore of a wife. It's just not going to happen. I'm still going to come at you motherfuckers, because he continues to try and ruin things. He is consistently trying to fuck up people's lives. This is the truth about Ethan Ralph there. He's constantly coming after motherfuckers. He doesn't care what boundaries, what lines. There are no lines. This man is a full-on terrorist. It's like asymmetrical warfare with this fucking guy with no fucking rules. So I can't have any real rules. I try my best, you know, when you're battling with monsters, not to become a monster, not to grift a mother's tears and shit like this. You know, but at the end of the day, when you're dealing with somebody like this, when you're dealing with a terrorist, you're going to fucking push the boundaries. I don't care if it's in bad taste to make fun of his dead father. Do you understand? He's using this fucking pregnancy now as a human shield. This is what he wants, is to use the pregnancy as a human shield to deflect criticism and say, you might cause a miscarriage. You might cause a miscarriage. And I guarantee you what's going to fucking happen is she probably is going to miscarry, either from an unhealthy lifestyle, doing drugs, or there will be an abortion because the child they find out is going to have birth defects or all sorts of fucked up shit. And then they'll try and blame it on me and on Godwinson and on every other A-log and say, you killed this baby, and they're going to put its blood on my hands. The reality is, I never asked Faith to get involved. I didn't want Faith to be involved in this. She chose to be involved in this. Her parents chose to be involved in this. They should have fucking known what this was like. What this fight is like. Because it's dirty, it's greasy, it's slimy, it's fucking disgusting. It is the nastiest fucking like street fighting on the internet that there could fucking be. There are no fucking rules. It's prison rules with this fucking guy. He believes anyone that disrespects him or steps to him has to be taken out, and taken out in a brutal fucking fashion. What he did with Aid the last couple weeks, I didn't cover it because I was busy at the trailer enjoying my life without internet service. You know, but what he did to Aid, publishing her employer, telling people, go fuck with the employer, go get her fired. And people like Ricada and Dick Masterson who talk about job lynching and all this shit, and how the worst thing you can do is go after somebody's meal ticket, their money, their rice bowl, whatever the fuck you want to say, they still support and endorse this evil fucking man who tried to get Jarbo fired, who tried to get Aid fired. This is a pattern of behavior. This man is sick in the mind. In order to own me and in order to own the A-logs, he has brought this child into the world, and he says it's my fault. That's what he'll try and say. It's my fault it was born. It's my fault that the child has been miscarried. All this fucking shit. No, buddy, take some fucking responsibility. It was you who thought it was a good idea to have this child to try and own me. I told you again and again and again, do not, under any fucking circumstances, do this. Do not do it. But he could not help himself. He just had to do it. He had to have unprotected sex with this girl. He had to get her pregnant. He had to marry her. He had to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. He just could not let it go. Couldn't let it go. And now, do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen, Ethan? You are going to be on the hook for paying for this child forever. You have 18 years of slavery to this child. By the time you are done paying for this child, you are going to be in your 50s. If you're not already dead by then, or hiding out in some trailer with a fucking bag over your head to dodge child support payments. You're going to have to pay for this kid's baby clothes, for this kid's fucking toys, for this kid's fucking, its clothes as it continues to grow up, for its food, for its shelter. You're going to have to keep paying and paying and paying and paying and paying. And it's going to be held over your head. When Faith leaves you in the divorce, you won't get visitation rights. You probably don't want them. But let's face it, man. This is going to be held over your head forever by this fucking crazy cunt. Godwinson and the other fucking guys over there have shown us how crazy Faith is today. Those of you who have seen it know Faith is fucking wacko. She is Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Ralph is now married to this. He now has put a child in her. If Ralph has an abortion, it will kill his credibility with the right-wing audience. I will never forgive him. Neither will the audience ever forgive him. They will try and blame it on a miscarriage and say that it's my fault and all this fucking shit. It's not my fault. My hands are fucking clean. I have tried my best when it was just Faith getting involved in this shit and I thought she might have been an innocent victim in this. I tried my best to stay away from attacking her. I tried my best to stay away from the family and all this fucking shit. Unfortunately, the guy has pressed it and pushed it to a point where I have no choice. So I'm going to continue to fuck with you, buddy. I hope that you enjoy the bed that you fucking made for yourself. Your life is going to be a fucking nightmare from hell. This is a fucking nightmare from hell. This is fucked up, boys. I never thought that this would happen. I never thought that Ralph would go this fucking crazy. It's to the point now where Dame has had enough. Dame is just fully turned on the fucking guy. Southern Dingo has fully turned on the fucking guy. It's only a matter of time until Randbot recognizes reality as well. Now, maybe not. Maybe he's so far gone. But, I mean, fuck. Every one of the Gunt Guard are starting to turn on him. He's losing support everywhere because nobody can defend this. His father, Dax Herrera, is defending pedophilia, defending Lolicon. He's friends with Vito, who's saying that pedophilia is fine. Vito is platforming this pedophile who says he was sexually attracted to the girls in Cuties. I mean, this situation is completely fucking fucked. It's totally fucked. There's no way out of this. Well, if you listen to fucking Dingo 2 weeks ago, he did a show where with Rand where he shit all over Ralph and said that, you know, Ralph was saying he'd done more for white people than him and how that was fucking wrong and Ralph was a piece of shit. Then he went on Jarbo's show like yesterday and said he had no respect for Ralph and that Ralph was fucked up. Now, the thing about Dingo is that he still keeps calling back into the show and slurping the gun crease as he says these fucking awful things about Ethan Ralph there. So we can't know for certain. We cannot know for certain. Now, listen to the Jarbo stream from yesterday. People say I've listened to like the first 20 minutes of it. Again, I've only been up for about 2-3 hours now. We have about a half hour remaining. I've covered a lot of what I've wanted to talk about in this first half hour. So if anybody has a topic that they want to discuss, Cornfield says PPP and Godwinson need to get into a call together and reunite. I agree. I've been trying to get into a call with the guy. He just doesn't want it. He's upset at me for some reason. It is what it is. Is what it is there, guys. I would love to do shows with him and work with him. It's not me that's made this decision. It is him that's made this decision. If he wants to go our separate ways, that's fucking fine by me. I'm not gonna, you know, at first I was a little pissed off because, you know, I thought we were real good friends. I still do think that. But he's decided, no, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to use carrier pigeons to speak to you through proxies, this sort of weird shit. So I don't know if he wants to fucking call me. He knows where he can reach me. He has my phone number. He has my Discord. He has my Twitter. He knows where I can be reached. He just does not want to reach me. Did I bet on the Green Bay game? No, I didn't. I wish I took Green Bay. It's free money there. Yesterday, I did, with the football gambling, if you want to know about that, I had the Vikings over the Colts. I had Dallas over LA. And I had the Rams over the Eagles. The Rams easily won over the Eagles. We're 17 points up on them, and I won that bet before the game even ended. I just was shocked that Indianapolis, their offense was as potent as it was. I thought Minnesota with Kirk Cousins would have had the better offense and would have been able to get the points up, and Indianapolis would struggle, but I was wrong. It went the exact opposite way that I thought it was going to go, and Minnesota couldn't score to save their lives. And the Dallas game, I mean, that was just a miracle to pull out. I had money line and the spread, and so I lost the spread, but I did win the money line. And honestly, them winning the game in the way that they did was just incredible. When is the Ricada stream? It is this Wednesday at midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central Time. Not sure yet about Cameron Clark, but I think we're going to have him on tomorrow. What's going on, Shiok? Gambling, isn't that a sin? Yes. It's not best. Fix this situation. Is there anything now that Ralph can do that would fix this situation? Man, I don't know. You suggest adoption. I mean, that is probably the best option at this point, but like the child genetically is already fucked. So, I don't know. I hope the child either is raised by Mr. Vickers, but I don't even know if I want that. Because in my opinion, Mr. Vickers isn't the best father in the world. I know Godwinson thinks he's a fucking king who did no wrong, but I don't. Godwinson might be doing it so he can show Matt that he's semi-distanced because you came out swinging against Mr. Vickers. Don't give the game away. Don't give the kayfabe away, brother. Brother, don't figure it out, brother. When are you, Leo Pirate, and Noel starting a church together? Well, the biggest issue with this is that Noel's an unbeliever. Leo Pirate believes in church on Saturdays. And, you know, I'm not either of those things. I believe in church on Sundays, and I believe in the actual Church of Christ. Not crazy. You know, don't believe in worshiping on Sunday. Probably not going to happen there. Hopefully we can save Janny Juice and bring him to Christ there. Generous Josh, our savior and our fucking king there. You know, that'd be good. If God exists, then, well, you know what? The demon baby does make me doubt the existence of a loving and benevolent God. I'm not gonna lie to you there. It's a tough blow to my faith, but we have to remember is that God. I don't want to say God works in mysterious ways. That's just the generic answer. What we have to realize is, why is there evil in the world? Why is there suffering? Why is there pain? And it's a tough question. The easy answer is to say so that we have free will to choose between right and what's wrong. And we have to have the ability to make bad choices so that we have free will. But I also think that the reason that there's evil and that there's pain and that there's suffering is we become closest to God when we're in pain, when we are suffering, when we see evil. That's when we cry out to God for help. We cry out to God for mercy. When everything's going well for us and we only see good and there's no suffering and there's no pain, we rarely think of God. Unless you are very religiously minded and you are thanking God for all the blessings in your life. When you feel pain and when you feel suffering and when you see evil, that's when you reach out to God. And that's why I think, to a large part, this is allowed, as well as because of free will. But it's a very tough question, and a lot of very solid Christians have fallen to the wayside because they can't handle the question of suffering or the question of evil. You're crying out to God to make faith miscarry and spare the terrible upbringing. I hope that the child lives, and I hope it has a good life. You know. The Kinodrome will eventually come out. The Kinodrome will return. I like the concept. It just has to be the right debate. The right, you know, we get a good little slate going. We got distracted from it. Other things have been going on. I think by the end of this year, we'll hopefully be able to move on from Ethan Ralph and all this fucking bullshit, and we can do some more of our own content, more Cooking with Surfers, more This Week in Kakata, more Kinodromes, more things of this nature. But right now, this fight against lolicon and pedophilia is actually my first priority. I do not believe that we can allow this lolicon apology to stand, this pedophilia apology to stand. I do not believe we can allow this. It has to be answered. It has to be rooted out. It has to be destroyed. Even more so than Ethan Ralph with the child baby and, you know, the cyber harassment of people and all this fucking shit. This is the main issue for me. This is the issue that really bothers me more than anything else, is when guys on the supposed right wing are defending people's right to look at images of children and jerk off. That's when you know we're really fucked. Okay, the so-called moral majority, the evangelicals, the conservatives, when these people are defending pedophilia, when these people are saying it's fine, that's when we're really fucked. Because that means that there is zero resistance to this stuff. at all. At all. And when you have people who are trying to grift off a right-wing audience, who are advocating these views, people like Dax Herrera, a.k.a. Dick Masterson, Diddler Dax, when you have him shoving this shit in our fucking face and telling us we have to accept it, we have to... No, I don't have to accept it. Do you understand that just because we believe in freedom of speech, most people do, it's not absolute. Nobody's an absolutist, because if you were, you would advocate for full-on child porn. If you were, you would advocate that people can have sex with dead bodies on camera as free speech. Okay? Everybody draws the line somewhere. Okay? So nobody is actually an absolutist on this question. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody is actually a full-on absolutist on free speech. And if we're going to draw the line somewhere, anywhere, why are we not drawing the line at lolicon? Why? Why? It's not speech. It's obscenity. There have been obscenity laws in the United States of America since the very beginning. The founding fathers would not have believed in even male-on-female pornography. They would not have believed in it, let alone lolicon pornography. They could not have even conceived of it. That's the truth. Dingo, you are a fucking slime ball. Dingo, you actually put white people backwards, Dingo. If that's actually you in chat, why don't you fucking grow a pair, buddy, and actually do something for the white race instead of just being a little bitch and sucking the fucking gunt crease of a fat alcoholic redneck. How about that? I'm sure it is fake, Dingo, but you never even fucking know. The guy isn't even white. He's Italian. You want a purity spiral and run all this racial bullshit? Okay, Dingo, you're not white. Prove that you're white. prove that fucking Mediterranean people are white, and then we'll have a discussion. But you can't, so just shut the fuck up, okay? Anybody else in chat have anything? You guys have about, I don't know, we can go another half hour. The football game starts at 8:20. I'd just like to point out that we are currently pulling a higher viewership than the Dispatch stream with the 8 Spurgs. I don't know why that is. We're barely winning by a razor-thin margin. But I do just want to point it out. I want to go full Ralph mode on you motherfuckers. Thoughts on Coach dying? Here's the thing about Coach. You know, we all love Coach. He's very funny and all this shit. He gave the hot take about Daddy Jim dying of cancer because of his unfulfilled dreams. And he fell out of an airplane and broke his ankle. Pretty fucking funny. Honestly, I would be more pro Gonzalo if he actually wasn't so pissy about us saying that he's pissy because Godwinson said his child was a CGI recreation. He's pissy because we don't always suck his cock and we're not 100% to the letter of the law of truth with him, and we joke around and he can't handle it. And so unfortunately, we no longer are in contact with Gonzalo, either myself or Godwinson. It's a shame. We like Gonzo because he's so slimy. He's such a scumbag. He's such a snake. He is like the ultimate version, and he's just so unashamed of it, like he's proud of it. He's proud of being such a scumbag. And honestly, that sort of personality type kind of fires me up. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't mind that sort of personality because they're just so out there. They're fun. They're interesting. When are you going to parachute? Never. Yeah, who knows? Maybe someday I'd do it, but... Will you do any more horror reviews? Absolutely. In October, there's going to be more. I saw Wolf Creek last night. Wolf Creek 2 I had seen before I saw Wolf Creek. And both of the Wolf Creek movies, I have to say, are excellent horror movies. Go see Wolf Creek if you haven't. It's basically the most quintessentially Australian stereotype you can possibly think of. Slaughtering people, hitchhikers in the outback. So, be good. Are you going to dress up for Halloween? I used to all the time. Halloween was always one of my favorite holidays. I loved doing costumes and fucking performance and stuff like this. So I don't know. I haven't done it in a number of years now, since I've been out of college. So it is what it is. Are you going to dress up as Ronnie? Maybe I will. Maybe that'll be the costume. You've gotten fired from 2 jobs because of your advocacy. I don't know if that's a positive thing. Did that help the white race? You losing your jobs to Mexicans or blacks? Did that help the white race or hurt it? I don't know. The Christianity content is kind of education for me. Well, in an ideal world, I would only cover Christian topics. People would be really interested in them. The problem is a lot of the audience doesn't like them. I still, from time to time, bring some things in. I don't know if it's an appropriate place for me to really do full-on sermons. But who knows? Who knows? I might start another channel just for that. And it just depends. It just depends. Thoughts on Godwinson's last This Week in Nectar. Are we talking about the one from today where he got, like, faith school bully or something like this? I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I went, like, what the fuck? Like, I can't understand this guy. He doesn't really make much sense. And I don't see what point this is serving. So yeah, like, I don't get it. So then he has to do a makeup stream. He crams 8 guys into it. Nothing against the guys that are there. I've worked with all of them. But you have to understand that certain guys have certain strengths, and I don't think that that show that they're putting on is showcasing the strengths of these guys. Honestly, I would forgive Phantom if he just said that he was wrong for doing it and didn't do it in the future. I just think that the amount of money that, like, for instance, if I started Super Chats right now, I could make some money, and I could turn them on this second. This channel's eligible for them, okay? The money I would make is so paltry in comparison to what I lose by taking the money that it doesn't make sense to me. And it's just, I don't think it makes sense for Phantom either. What is he making? Maybe $200-300 a month? You know, come on, man. I just think that when you do it, there's nothing wrong with making money, and I've done it myself. But I don't think you make it the central focus point of your content, and I don't think you ask people for money and beg them for money all the time. It just bothers me as a viewer. Okay, when I watch people and they're constantly shilling a sponsorship or they're constantly begging for money, they're trying to sell hats to me, they're trying to push shit on me, I don't like it as a viewer when I watch people's shit. So when I do my fucking show, I don't do that to people. I don't know, and the thing of it is, it wouldn't be worthwhile anyway. No, there's nothing wrong with making money. There's never been anything wrong with making money. It's the way that you make money, and it's the way that it affects your content that's the problem. Fuck, you're an idiot. It's the way you go about it. If again, I've never had a problem with guys that had a PayPal button and never really mentioned it or mentioned it once in a while like I do. I have a PayPal button. I've had one for fucking a long time. Re-answer the Josh question. What Josh question? Josh sent me a free t-shirt the other day. Sent me a hoodie or a t-shirt or something. That was good. He sent me like $300 one time. I don't know if Josh is trying to buy me off there or whatever, or if he just really likes me. I don't know. Does Jim really have cancer? He says he does. I don't know if I really believe Jim. I don't really know if I believe that he has cancer or not. I really don't believe fucking anything that Daddy Jim tells me. Because Daddy Jim sat in a fucking stream and lied to my face for hours and hours and hours, and then was proven completely fucking wrong over the last number of months. Unfortunately, a lot of people will just see that stream and won't recognize what happened in the months afterwards that proved me right. That's unfortunate, but a lot of people will see the truth, and over time, I'm getting more and more vindicated from the new Project 2 stuff. That's just the reality. Are you going to wear the Kiwi Farm shirt? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I like the design of the one in the cornfield with the moon. I think it looks good. I think you could wear that in public, and it wouldn't be an issue. Jenny Jim is shilling the Rona hoax hard. He won't stop. Bad hill to die on. Fuck him. He's dying anyway. He can do whatever he wants. He really thinks there's something to the coronavirus. He's a cigarette smoker with respiratory issues. He's concerned about it. That's fine. I don't care. Will you make content that's off Ralph but still tangentially? I told people earlier about Ronnie Ralph. You missed the beginning of the stream because you're a plebeian. Okay. Anyway, the Ronnie Ralph reviews, as I said, that where I've been the last week, I've been at the trailer. I've been relaxing. I haven't had much internet access, this sort of fucking thing. I filmed all the stuff at the trailer. We have the gameplay filmed. We have to now take the gameplay, put it on my computer, arrange it in order, do the voiceover, edit in the trailer clips, and it's done, and we can put it out, okay? Yeah, no shit, I get 300 people. I mean, it's no surprise. Fuck, who cares, you know? The end of the day, Ralph gets like 300 people too anyway. Like, this is not big league shit. This is fucking, it's all bush league shit. All this shit's a fucking joke, but at the end of the day, there are real people involved in real consequences. Ralph's fucked up there with this shit. While the other streams are going, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, Godwinson can sit there and think he's the big dog. I'm the big dog. I'm the A side. There was a time when Godwinson was the A side and I was the B side. I do know I need to shave. It looks like shit. Cannot grow a beard to save my life. Neither can my dad or my brother. Bad genetics there for growing beards. But I'm the A side now. Okay, he's the B side. Okay, I'm the Floyd Mayweather. He's the Conor McGregor. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm the A side. I'm the big dog. I'm the draw. I don't know. The reality is he would be the A side still if he maintained a channel of his own and didn't delete his Twitter every 3 days. But he does, so I don't know. What's the longest you will ever grow your hair? Well, see, what ends up happening, Surfer might be the A side, yeah. What ends up happening, right, is as it grows longer, it starts to really curl. And so I start to get like what's his name? A Jonah Hill kind of afro. Like when I was younger, I always had a fucking, like basically a fucking afro going. My hair would curl so fucking much. It never really gets long, like past here in length, but it will grow out into like a curly fucking afro. I might go get a haircut soon because of the coronavirus and my general laziness and not caring about my personal appearance because I fucking don't, obviously. I'm wearing a nice shirt today, though. But yeah, fuck. I haven't gone out to get a haircut. The Twitter deleting thing is because he keeps getting reported. Doesn't want to verify. I don't know. What's your take on Linkara's fanfic? Okay, I heard about this. And I thought, oh, fuck, I'll be one of the first people to cover it. And I've just been up at the trailer and I haven't had time to read it. When I do get time to read Linkara's fanfic, we will give feedback. I'll tell you this, though, straight up, I was never a big Linkara guy. I never really watched Linkara's reviews. I always thought Linkara was kind of a fucking piece of shit. When he did that fucking video on his couch crying about how you need to watch the ads, don't just minimize the tab, watch the ads, all this fucking shit. I thought he was a shameless piece of shit then, and I still think he's a pretty big piece of shit. Now, he also fucked a tranny. He fucked Iron Liz. Now, a lot of people like Iron Liz. I don't think Iron Liz is hot. I think Iron Liz is pretty fucked up. Just saying. Oh, the great Iron Liz, yeah. Did you ever used to watch? I still watch Sam. I like Sam's material. Not all of his material I like. He's a very hit or miss guy. He uses a lot of very random stuff that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when he's on his bread and butter shit, and when it hits, it really hits, and he is very funny. I like Sam. I've liked Frank Castle and some of the stuff he's been doing on Gumroad as well. So yeah. How far do you think Chimaev will go? Fuck, I don't know. I actually put a small bet on Mearshart because I didn't believe. And Chimaev knocked him the fuck out. I was blown out. I didn't expect him to have that type of power. Just one jab, but he's out. Out like a fucking light. So, yeah, Player 920 laugh at me there. My $15 went to waste. I addressed the Kinodrome earlier. Rewatch the video. I watched the Covington fight. Me and Surfer were juiced that Covington won. I won $500 on Covington. I had Covington by knockout. I know that didn't seem possible because he's more of a volume fighter. And it didn't look like it was going to happen, but then his ribs gave up. Do you think Jim is really sick or press X? Press X to doubt. Press X to doubt. He could be sick, but I just think it's all excuses and bullshit. Oh, Spoonie is just depressing there, boys. He's leaving for Arizona soon. He's a broken down man. Sad. It's sad. I'm going on Slippy Nick's show on Wednesday at midnight. Xander is busy with his show on the Dispatch channel or whatever the fuck. All right, we're going to go a few more minutes here, and then I'm going to watch the game. Will you eat expired beans in honor of Spoonie? I don't think beans expire, gentlemen. Do they? Do they?
Having a bite.
Let's see what they're doing there. Joey Salads is eating a pizza. That's what's going on the Faith show there. All cans have expiration date. Yeah, I know they do, but like, are you ever really going to hit that expiration date? I don't know. Honey has a shelf life of 1,000 years. Bless you, T-Clips. You have enlightened us all. The Dax A-Log show, I haven't got it together yet. He hasn't got back to me. I just messaged him a few hours ago, but I'm pretty sure he'll be down to do it. We had agreed to do the show a couple weeks ago. I flaked out on it. That's my fucking bad. There was other shit that I was dealing with in real life. It is what it is. Honey is nectar of the gods. You gotta grind coffee beans within a month of opening them if you want the cream. Okay. Will the baby be black? I will laugh forever if it's black. I will laugh forever. Where is This Week in Kakata? It will return. It will return at some point. Surfer just got off work here for a few minutes. He might stop in to say something. The show will come back. It's just Surfer hasn't had time. He is working a lot of fucking jobs, 2-3 jobs at the time. And, you know, it just kind of got out of the habit of it. So, did Surfer's question get answered by Murdoch? Yes, they did answer it in the AMA. It was about 20 minutes in. I think they answered Surfer's question in AMA 4. We're decently happy with the answer, but they were nervous giving that answer. They were nervous as fuck. They were scared that Surfer was going to shit on them or whatever. And they were going to get...
I'll give them my response when the time comes. But the time hasn't come yet.
Yeah, there's still one more cooking with Surfer, right? 29 and then 30?
Yeah, buddy.
Should I tell them?
Don't give it away.
I won't tell them.
You're always out here giving it away.
I won't tell them.
You know.
I won't tell them,
You're
Surfer.
always out there giving it away, buddy.
No, we're gonna protect it. We're trying to build the hype there. But Cooking with Surfer 30 is gonna be very special. Very special. Cooking with Surfer number 30. Very special. But before that, we have Cooking with Surfer 29, which is also going to be a good show. Not quite as special as 30, but 29 will be a good show as well. Yeah, so like with the Black Lives Matter protest, like whenever there is a protest in my town, which is rare, I will go down and I will get footage and stuff like this. But I'm not going to fucking go out of my way to find trouble. Like if it's in my city, if it's in my town and they're trying to start shit, I will be there to confront them and fuck with them and be in the local newspaper and all the rest of it, because I don't like them and I think they're scum and I stand up to them every chance I get. So to Surfer, all of Louisville was boarded up. Why was that? Will you christen Faith's baby, be the godparent it needs? Okay, I'm not Catholic. I don't do that stuff. And I won't be taking care of that child. I'll pray for the child. I'll wish it the best. But, oh man. That child's fucked. I wish. Catholic cock, yeah. Alright, you guys got anything else? There's 15 minutes till the game. Gator said he went back to school to be a medical tech. Now Ralph and Faye are expecting. Coincidence? Probably coincidental. I think Gator's probably lying. I don't think he's going back to school. I think Gator is like, he looks like he's 30, 35 years old. And I don't think he's going back to school. I don't think he does anything other than stock fucking shelves. Not that there's really anything wrong with that. We don't like to shame the working class on this program. But it is what it is. In terms of the pregnancy, it's fucked. Hey, PPP, sorry I missed the stream. Gator's going back to school to save Daddy Jim. He's going to save Daddy Jim! I don't know if anybody has interest in it. I'm thinking of probably doing a football show where I talk about the games before and after. I don't know if anybody has interest in that. There's the odd couple guys that like the sports. Most people here are kind of nerdy. They don't like sports. That's fine. I think Vickers has something that will put Ralph back in prison. I don't think so. I just don't think he ever had anything. And if he does, the fact that Faye is pregnant is going to make him hold back. If he hasn't already sent the shit to the police, he's never going to. And I think the people that had all this faith in Mr. Vickers and loved Mr. Vickers were very misguided. Because Mr. Vickers was only really ruining his life and his family's lives. Sure, he might take Ralph over the Reichenbach Falls with him, but it was a very self-destructive crusade that other people were enabling because they thought it was funny. I think it's funny too, but I think it's also really kind of fucked up. Who am I to judge? But talk hockey and I'll be into the sports. Well, the hockey talk, I just haven't been as into hockey in recent years. I started to get out of hockey when the Leafs finished dead last one year. I think it was 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years ago now. And I said, fuck, I'm just so done with this. I'm so done. And I got out of it for a few years. This season I was kind of getting back into it. I come around for the playoffs. I watch playoff hockey. It's just so much higher intensity than regular season. It's the same with basketball now. I struggle to watch regular season basketball. I like to watch playoffs. Football, I'll watch regular season, I'll watch playoffs. The intensity isn't that much different. But in basketball and hockey, the intensity is about 3 or 4 times higher in the playoffs. And I find it hard to go back to watching regular season games. And it's a lot of time to watch every Leafs game. Did you play any sports? In public school, I played basketball. I played 3-pitch, so baseball. I never played floor hockey on the team. I never could make, because we had some sweet fucking hockey players at the school. I could never make the floor hockey team. What else did I play? I played on the volleyball team. I think that's about it for public school. High school, I just played football. I was a left guard on the offensive line. I played football. I was big. That's all I did. Baseball is high IQ. I always loved baseball as a kid. It was my favorite sport. The reason I loved baseball the most was because baseball had the most history to it. It had such a legacy of great players and stadiums and stories and cheating and midgets and just amazing, the lore of baseball. And I used to sit there and I would read books on baseball and on the history of it, and the Ken Burns, I think, documentary on baseball I would watch and stuff like this. I loved it at the time. Nowadays, it's tough. I still like it the odd time in the summer. You tune into a game and you crack a beer and you just relax. I still enjoy it, but it's not something where I'm going to watch 162 games. I think with baseball, as I got older and you don't have unlimited free time in the summer like when you're a kid, it's really hard to watch 162 games. I might watch 24 games in a year now for the Blue Jays. And this is why I like football now and I like UFC. It's a lot easier for me to keep up with. They're on the weekends for one. There's usually only one event a week, one day a week where I have to watch. And there's 16 games in football and shit like this. Like, again, anybody who's like an adult, I think, kind of understands this dichotomy. But I don't know if dichotomy is not the correct phrase to use there, but oh well. Anybody think the Saints are going to cover here? Yeah, Canada's still on lockdown. Doug cracked down to make it the rule of 10. You can't have more than 10 people in a private gathering. Fucking nonsense. There's no cases where I live. There haven't been cases in a long time. It's just silly. Okay. One or two more questions. Say them now. I'm leaving at 8:15. I have to watch the game. I have $200 on the Saints, and we got to see this win. What is happening? Somebody's he can't just be tweeting right now. He's tweeting on the air. Why? You're always delivering? Like, what did he deliver today? Tell me that. Is what it is there. Not really trying to shit on the guy, but what did he deliver today? I don't know. Great birthday present there, I guess. Will you make another esoteric PPPism? I didn't make those. I never made those. Esoteric PPPism, aka the ends justify the memes, made those. He's also making the People's Populist Press video game. And also the thing of calling it This Week in Nectar without myself and Leo, it's just kind of fucking retarded. I mean, the show started with me and him. He can continue to, we'll both use the name, I guess. But I mean, the reason, it's not a slight to me that he's using it, I don't think. I think it's honestly just that it's the default layout. And we're too lazy to fucking make a different layout, so. Leo was the weakest link, and Leo fucked up in going about it the way he did. So, that's all I'm going to say. However, Leo has been right about a few things lately, but I still don't avow Leo, and the way he went about business there I thought was shit. Is the Kinodrome coming back? Yes, some point. Can't give you a definitive timeline on that. It's just got to be the right situation. I want to have a good show for the second show. 3 minutes. Kraut is better than Leo. I agree. Some actual work yourself instead of asking to be spoon-fed. Ah, fuck. Well, T-Clips has always been a vulture. All the clip channels are. It's not just her. Are you ever using the D-Live channel again? The reason I don't like D-Live is because people are giving me money on D-Live, and I don't really like it. And I just don't want people to waste their money giving it to D-Live. And it's just a shady website. It's a shady fucking website. So I doubt we'll use it again. We may pull it out again. You never say never. There might be an opportunity to humiliate Ralph again on his own platform, but I kind of did my lemon heist and got the fuck out of there. What's the spread on the game? 4 points now. So I got in at 4 points. I don't know what it is, actually. It might have narrowed even more. A lot of late money is coming in on the Raiders, which I don't really understand, but now it's 4.5. So I was lucky to get in at 4, to be honest. All right, 1 more minute, maybe 2 more questions. I apologize, guys, but I can't. I gotta watch this game. Review of Hausu. H-U-S-U. Okay. Oh, by the way, to the people who say I have like a real gambling problem, look, kids, you shouldn't gamble, okay? Is it fun? For me, yes. I always stay within my limits, okay? I'm not somebody who, as much as I play up, like I have a problem or like I'm addicted to it. No, like I have control over that. I'm not going to end up homeless because of gambling on a football game. Okay, a couple $100 here or there, plus or minus, you win or you lose, isn't going to break anybody unless you're fucking desperate. Okay? That's just the reality of things. Will Ronnie review the Samurai Jack game? That's what all gamblers say. Oh, I know, kids. Will Ronnie review the Samurai Jack game? Maybe, maybe not. I don't have it. I haven't played it. If you have a limit and don't exceed it as a fine hobby. I like to watch sports, and I find that it gives it an extra bit of excitement, especially in games where it's not my team. Worst city in Canada. Oh, fuck. It's either... Now, look, I haven't been to British Columbia or places like that, so I can't say for certain. I'm going to say either Hamilton, around Barton Street. Oh, my God. Windsor, in the Sandwich Town area, is fucking disgusting. Windsor is a dirty fucking city, okay? And Oshawa, the dirty fucking schwa in Brampton. And that would probably be the top 4 dirtiest cities that I've been to. Would be Windsor, the Hamilton, Oshawa, and Bramladesh or Brampton. Those are the dirtiest, filthiest shitholes that you'll ever fucking set foot in. Don't go there. Kitchener does have some dirty spots, but it's pretty clean. It's mostly Asians in Kitchener-Waterloo, and they're not as bad, okay? They're not as bad as, like, Bramladesh. Brampton is fucking bad. I know that's where Worski lives. It's fucked. It's a fucked place. Okay, the game started, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Drew Brees just threw an incomplete pass. Have a great day, guys. Wish I could stay longer. It is what it is. I think we covered everything, though. Chew!